We're on the record in cause number 328862. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Kyle Bertrand. We have Mr. Bertrand appearing via Zoom with his attorney, Mr. James Macon, who is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Bertrand, you can take your mic off of mute.
All right.
Mr. Bertrand, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Bertrand, you're represented here by Attorney James Macon. Mr. Macon, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, Your Honor.
That's good. Mr. Macon, do you have an announcement that you would like to make on Mr. Bertrand case? I see he has a felony case set today as well. Is that correct?
He has a felony set later this morning, Your Honor, that may go a long way to moving this case.
Okay, okay. You'd like to have this case reset to see what happens with that felony case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what we'll do, we'll note that it's going to be reset, but it has not been reset. The felonies have not been reset. So what we're going to do is when we get those reset dates or the disposition, we'll check our computer, or you can also call us to let us know what's the disposition or what the reset date is. And then if you want to set it on the same date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. And Mr. Bertrand, just stay in contact with your attorney. This will conclude your case here this morning, and you have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, your excuse. We're on the record in cause number 326702. Case is on the court's pretrial conference docket. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Kyle Martin Franklin. Mr. Franklin is appearing via Zoom, and Mr. Franklin is also represented by Attorney James Macon. Mr. Franklin, how are you doing?
Cannot complain at all.
That's good.
How are you doing today, Judge?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Macon, do you have an announcement that you would like to make on Mr. Franklin's case?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Franklin has also a pending that it should take care of the
okay, I didn't see his the felony case on the court's noted on it.
I also don't see a felony with this case.
Well, I could be wrong. Oh. His other felonies up in Hardin County, that's why.
Oh, okay. Now you would like to have this, how much time do you need on this case?
I'd ask for 60 days, Your Honor. It's Hardin County.
Okay, just hold on a minute. We got to get a reset from the court coordinator. Oh, man.
Your Honor, for some reason, Melanie's having some issues where you're not able to hear her, but she said that she will fax the reset to Mr. Macon's office, and it's June 7th. for
Okay.
Franklin.
That'll be fine, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Macon, okay, Mr. Macon, I think this will conclude your cases. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor, I have William McSwain. He's in custody and he also has pending felonies.
Yeah, what we normally do on those, if the attorney would like, we'll just reset it when his felonies are reset. If he's in custody, because we only get our Thursdays for individuals who are in custody. So he has another case, a felony case set today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and if that's what you want, we'll reset it on the same date.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Macon, this will conclude your cases.
Thank you, Your Honor, and y'all have a good day.
Okay, you have a blessed day as well. Okay,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Franklin, this will conclude your case. You have a blessed day. as well.
You have a blessed day, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Kurt's is not here. Tom Kelly. Okay. Okay, would you please call Ladata Toran, Mr. Miller?
He's appearing by Zoom.
Oh, she's appearing by Zoom.
Both of my clients today, I believe, are.
Ms. Toran? Yeah, because he,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I think this carrier.
We're on the record in two cases. First case is cause number 322-962-2. Second case is cause number 322-990. Both cases are style of State of Texas versus Ladata or Toran. Is that your full name? How you doing, Ms. Toran? That's good. Ms. Toran, you're here representing your attorney, Mr. Tom Kelly. Mr. Kelly, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Kelly, do you have an announcement that you would like to make in Ms. Toran's case?
Not just yet, Your Honor. I'd like a regular recess on this case. Was being handled by Ms. Musgrove before she left the DA's office, and we were getting, I think, pretty close and making some good progress, and start that process over with Ms. Ramos, if you allow, Judge.
Well, yeah, okay, thank you. We have a new prosecutor as well, Ms. Maxey. I think she's taken all of Ms. Musgrove cases.
And that's where I'll go.
Okay, we'll get your, just hold on a minute. We'll get your reset.
Your Honor, Melanie said that Mr. Kelly can come to her office to get the reset.
Once you get your reset from the court coordinator, you and your client will be free to go.
Okay.
All right?
Should I wait on my next case, Judge, and grab?
Oh, you can.
Okay.
Wait, Charlie. Just go have a seat in the back, right there on one of the chairs that have the white tag on it.
Hello. It's Mark Bender. I was just at the courthouse. I didn't know it was over Zoom today.
Sir, would you put your mic on mute? When we call your case, you can take it off of mute.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Here is Christy Carrier. Ms. Carrier, are you on Zoom?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're on the record in cause number 326122. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Christy Tanisha Renee Carrier. Ms. Carrier, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Carrier?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Ms. Carrier, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Tom Kelly. Mr. Kelly, do you have an announcement that you would like to make in Ms. Carrier's case?
Judge, this would be the same announcement I made in my previous case. If you'd allow us a regular reset to continue negotiation.
Okay, you can get your reset, go to the court coordinator's office, she'll give you a reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. Ms. Carrier, stay in contact with your attorney. Your attorney is going to give you your reset date, and this will conclude your case. You have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you.
Blessed day as well, Mr. Kelly. Mr. Bailey, would you please call, would you go get John Mack and Vicky Collins? John Mack and Vicky Collins there on the announcement document, page 5.
John Mack, Vicky Collins.
Mr. Mack, you come forward. Mr. Mack, did you come forward? You stand on the X. We're on the record in cause number 327628. The case is styled the state of Texas versus John Keith Mack Jr. Mr. Mack, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thank you. Mr. Mack, you are represented here by your attorney, Mr. Antoine Freeman. Mr. Freeman is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Freeman, how are you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Freeman, do you have an announcement that you'd like to make in Mr. Mack's case?
Yes, Your Honor. I talked to Mr. Mack. Mr. Mack wants to take this to trial.
Okay, so you're going to reset for trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Mack, your attorney has announced that your case is going to be reset for trial. Stay in contact with your attorney. We will give him the trial date, and this will conclude your case. You're excused, and please have a blessed day. And Mr. Freeman, we will send you your reset date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So you have a blessed day.
You too, Your Honor.
You're excused. Vicky Lynette Collins. We on the record in 4 cases. First case is the first case is cause number 327728. Second case is cause number 327730. Third case is cause number 327732. And the fourth case is cause number 327734. All four cases are styled the state of Texas versus Vicky Lynette Collins. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Collins? You're doing fine, that's good. Ms. Collins, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Don Boudreaux. Mr. Boudreaux, how are you doing?
Just fine, sir.
That's good. Mr. Boudreaux, do you have an announcement that you'd like to make in Ms. Collins' case?
Yes,
Cases?
sir. Judge, I noticed that she was originally set for the 20th of April. For whatever reason, I didn't know about that, and it was moved until the 26th. She has a felony pending, and it's set for today.
Well, actually, it's been reset till May 3rd. Looking at
I
the,
meant to say May the 20th, I believe.
well, it's May 3rd. That's what I have, a designation of attorney on two cases set for May 3rd of 2021.
Okay.
Now, would you like those cases set on that same day or you like a different date? You want to keep them together or you,
Keep them together, Judge.
okay.
We'll try to get, but I'm supposed to be over in drug impact court at 10.
Okay, so what we're going to do on these cases are going to be reset to May 3rd, which is the same date of the felony cases. You can get your reset. And Ms. Collins, once your attorney gets a reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Boudreaux, once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Yes, you'll start. Yes.
Yeah, I'm here on a tech visa. The bailiff informed me that he's not on the docket.
Yeah,
But I have-
Veezy.
I have a letter that says he's supposed to be here, so
What's that class number?
it is. Three, two, 4, 9, 2, 8.
Were you set for 5/10 for your office?
May 10th.
My office, I didn't talk to anybody.
Blaze?
It's me, but I haven't called you.
Is your client here?
We're here.
It's not an issue, I can put you on the docket
Okay,
today.
awesome. Thank you.
Okay. I think I have a,
You want to write it down, 32492.
Yeah.
We could do Mr. Montgomery, that he could walk on down the drug court.
Okay, we gotta get a, Ashley, are you available?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Hugh Montgomery, would you please come forward? We're on the record in 4 cases. First case is cause number 3266688. Second case is cause number 327826. Third case is cause number 328184. Fourth case is cause number 3274. All 4 cases are style the state of Texas versus QJ Montgomery. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Montgomery? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Montgomery, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. James Paget. Mr. Paget, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. It's good seeing you.
That's good. Mr. Paget, do you have an announcement that, hold on a minute. Actually, he has 5
There's 5
cases.
cases.
The next case is cause number 326456. And this case is also styled the state of Texas versus QJ Montgomery. Mr. Paget, do you have an announcement that you'd like to make on Mr. Montgomery's cases?
Your Honor, I have not received the video on the possession of a controlled substance case. That really is the holdup.
So you need to complete your discovery?
I will, Your Honor, and it's just, it's not for a lack of effort. This last case just was recently filed, and I have not had time to get that. So
Okay.
once we get that, then we'll.
Okay, so how much time do you need on your reset?
30 days, Your Honor.
Okay, it's gonna be reset to June 7th. You can get your reset, your client will be free to go. Yeah, Mr. Montgomery, once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Jared Eaglin,
He is prepared to pay in full today as well, Your Honor. He has the money with him. May I reach over the volume?
yes.
All right. You can. He is today. He's paying it today. I can write it anywhere you want.
Can you just put it back on the tablet?
I need to get out of this document.
There's
Yeah, I'm just gonna redo it real quick.
Okay.
It won't take any time at all.
Excuse me, Mrs. Ramos, have you?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's the name of that case?
It's Jared Eaglin.
Jared Eaglin, the defense attorney has to make a change. Can you send it to him?
Okay.
All right. We're on the record in cause number 323129. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Jared Damon Eaglin. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Eaglin?
I'm doing fine. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Eaglin, let's see. Okay, Mr. Eaglin. The information alleges that on or about April 13th of 2019, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, you were charged with the Class B misdemeanor offense of providing a false drug test falsification, possession of false drug test falsification device. Mr. Eaglin, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Eaglin, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
Guilty.
Now you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Eaglin, I have before me a document that is titled the trial court certification of defendants, the misdemeanor plea admonishments, the first document. And on this document, Mr. Eaglin, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. On page 2 of this, okay. Mr. Eaglin, you're supposed to put your initials right here. You put your signature there. Let me send this back to him. Well, he can make a change on this one.
Yes, sir.
But I have to send it back to him. Just so. Okay. Now, Mr. Eaglin, on page 2 of this document, there are initials JE on the line next to the line that is the box that is titled or checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Eaglin, at least on page 3 of this document, is this your signature above the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, this document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Mr. Eaglin, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir. It is.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Eaglin, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on this document?
Yes, sir. It is.
Now, Mr. Eaglin, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Patrick, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir. It is.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objections to stage 1.
Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Patrick, you've advised in counsel, Mr. Eaglin, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Eaglin, your attorney, Mr. Paget, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Eaglin, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your pleas of guilty and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it's for a $500 fine plus court cost and with 2 days jail credit.
Okay. Mr. Eaglin, the state is offering that you pay a fine of $500 plus court costs. The court cost in this case is, or at least the fine plus the court cost in this case is $792, and you will have 2 days credit that will go toward your fine and court costs. The 2 days, you get $100 each day. So that's $200 that's going towards your fine and court costs. Do you understand the state's offer, Mr. Eaglin?
Yes, I do.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes,
And do you accept the state's offer?
yes, I do.
Okay, Mr. Eaglin, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Eaglin, please stand on the X next to where your attorney is standing, and you're gonna follow the directions of the clerk. All right? Once you give you those directions, I think you'll go, I guess, make your payment, and then you'll bring you or your attorney will bring the receipt back up to verify that you made that payment.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay. If I could go ahead and get your right thumbprint on that blue line. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is a copy for your records. You can just keep that and then you can have that. Yes, just bring the receipt back.
We're on the record in cause number 324928. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Craig Stephen Veazey or Vize. How's it pronounced?
Beasley, that's
Veazey?
Beasley, yes, correct.
Okay. How you doing, Mr. Veazey?
Pretty good.
That's good. Mr. Veazey, you're here present with your attorney. Hold on a minute. I think I got something that you had filed. Mr. Is that Blaze Haney?
Blaze Haney, yes, sir.
Haney. Okay, how you doing, Mr. Haney?
Wonderful, good.
Okay, Mr. Haney, this case, I guess it was a little confusion as to when it was set. We had it set for May, but you appeared here today and you wanted to, are you here to make an announcement on the case?
Well, Judge, the last time we appeared by Zoom, and I think Ms. Musgrove apparently was at the office, and I just found out this morning she's no longer there. We've never gotten the video from Beaumont, and so I don't know where they are in the mix now.
Okay.
Never found it, or
Ms. Ramos, Mrs. Ramos?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Haney is saying that obviously this was a case that Ms. Musgrove had but Ms. Musgrove, she's no longer with your office, but he was waiting on a video, and he has not received that video.
Okay, I wasn't sure if, where y'all were with the videos. I did see a note in the file saying that they were working on getting the videos. Ms. Maxey will be taking over this case, and we'll both look in together to try and get you the videos as soon as we possibly can.
She's on Zoom right now, Ms. Maxey. And Julie Maxey is her name.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, and let, okay, now, Mr. Haney,
Yes, sir.
I have and Ms. Ramos, I have another matter here, and that matter is, I think some time ago, there was a bond forfeiture
Yes, sir.
that was done in this case,
Yes.
and you and the state, Mr. Quentin Price, reached an agreement, is that correct?
Well.
Where he had
Yes,
agreed to
yes.
set aside the
we got
forfeiture?
set aside, put it back on the docket. In the meantime, Mr. Beasley went down to the jail,
Right,
and so it just got convoluted again.
yeah, but I think he had filed a motion to set aside the forfeiture
Yes,
itself.
Yes.
And I have a copy of that motion here, and I think pursuant to Article 22.13 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedures, it said causes which will exonerate an individual. And I think according to what you said that y'all had never received notice, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and I think we had checked, they said that they sent it, faxed it, but there was no way for us to know whether or not
Sure.
we didn't have a return on, see if the fax was received or not. So based on that, the prosecution had agreed to set aside forfeiture. And I've had this order on my desk for a while, and the reason why I was there, because I was looking at the law that says that the principal must appear before the final judgment on the bond to answer the accusation against him and show sufficient cause for not appearing. And so I think that when we had the last time, the principal, the surety was here, but the principal was not. And he's the principal. So he's here today. And so what the court is going to do, the court is going to sign this order that has been filed by the district attorney's office. Now, Ms. Ramos, this is an order that
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Quentin Price had signed, and I think he usually handles the bond forfeitures in your office. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so you have any opposition to the court signing this order?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so what we'll do in your case, we're gonna reset your case. Ms. Maxey,
Yes, Your Honor.
do you have an idea how much time it may take for you to get him the video? You need some time to look into it?
Yes, Your Honor. Can we do maybe 30 days?
Oh, well, he's coming from out of town. You want me to extend it a little longer?
He lives local, but I'm from out of town, so that makes a difference to me.
Okay. Okay, so, Ms. Smith, could you give us a date?
How long is it? If it's a regular recess, 6-7. And I'll give you a copy.
Is that fine?
That's fine, Judge.
Okay.
I did get a letter about the bond coming up in May, so I can just disregard this.
You've already, we've already signed it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, they've already signed that, set aside upon review of motion and consideration of the response. I could go ahead, let me let you go ahead on the seat of order that Mr. Quentin Price.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, you can stand over there, she'll give you reset and you'll be free to go. Mr. Veazey, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Haney, you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
find for me in that box? No, you, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. You have a great day. You as well.
Haley Gidry. We're on the record in cause numbers 315-911, cause number 323-581. Both cases are style of State of Texas versus Haley Irene Gidry. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Gidry?
Not good.
Okay, sorry to hear that. Ms. Gidry, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Mark Faggett. Mr. Faggett, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, Your Honor. Good to see you.
Okay, nice seeing you as well. Mr. Faggett, you have an announcement that you'd like to make.
Your Honor, we're not able to make an announcement.
Oh, is this the same case with the one with the telephone records or something?
Yeah,
Need
Your
an
Honor,
expert
I filed on past occasions a motion to have funds to hire a forensic examiner to examine the phone and determine the exact location of the phone in question, because the facts of this case are so convoluted, Your Honor. I cannot effectively represent her without the assistance of this expert. She says one thing, the police department says another thing. There's actually some testimony from the police department that read stuff in the file that said when one of the officers was actually visiting with her.
Your Honor, Mr. Faggett does not need to get into the facts on this case. We're not trying this case today, although we have been ready several times to try this case, and it's been by defense multiple times and then was transferred to this court.
Okay, now let me ask you this, Miss Musgrove. I mean, you're saying, okay, hold on a minute. Now this is just a perjury case, is that correct? That's what it's, yeah, I mean, it's a perjury
It's a
case.
perjury case.
Okay, and so you saying something that, well, she has two cases. She has a failure to identify in a perjury case.
Right.
But you say you need phone records for the perjury case. Now, phone records of the location of where
I need.
where the ping happened.
Well, I need the phone records to show where the phone call in question was placed. Because, Your Honor, there is a Snapchat.
Well, okay, we don't, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you don't have to
and
go
then I
into
need the
direct
records to
details.
have the location of where the phone was at, pinged from the tower records.
And this has to do with the perjury case.
Exactly, Your Honor. And I cannot effectively represent her and provide adequate and effective representation that she's entitled to without the money to hire this expert. And I talked to Eric Devlin, who's one of the best in Texas. He charges $100 an hour. He's extremely reasonable in court-appointed cases.
Yeah, but how much hour does he have a limit on his bill? I mean, how many hours does he anticipate?
He anticipates no more than $2,500 for his fee.
$2,500 for his fee.
Right.
And this is like a collateral issue to this.
It is a very important issue because she's been charged with lying to the police about these text messages and phone calls that were placed from her ex-boyfriend, who's actually sent her these messages while a Beaumont police officer was present there. So it's imperative that I have the assistance.
No, I'm just trying to figure out about the expert being needed to ascertain her location as to, I mean,
where it's needed, Your Honor, is this guy, he sent her the messages.
Okay. We don't need to go into the facts.
Sure.
I just need.
And actually, this is supposed to be an ex parte motion. Really, the district attorney's office should really have no say in this, Your Honor. As the court knows, motions for the
No, it's just that yeah, but I mean, you brought it up several times.
Sure.
The court is just having a little, we're trying to make sure, obviously, that her rights are, obviously are not violated, but we're trying to, whether or not the hiring of an expert is needed in the case. That's what the court is trying to do before the courts just sign a motion appointing an expert on this case. And so that's where this, that's where the uncertainty is in terms of making sure that her rights are not violated and making sure that the appointment is necessary in the defense of this case.
And I understand, I follow you what you want to get at.
Right.
The hiring of the expert will sort out the stories between what she says and what the police are saying. He's
Okay, you don't have to go into details of what the police saying. So you saying that it'll sort out what she's saying and from what the police are saying.
Exactly.
And so that's why it's necessary.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Okay. And this expert is saying is $100 per hour, $100 an hour.
$100 an hour.
And his fee will not exceed $2,500. Is that correct? It could go lower than that, but it's not going to exceed that. Okay, so it's chapter 20. Okay. Now, I know this case was transferred from county court at law number 3, and that your motion actually was filed over there first before it was transferred. Is that correct? Okay. Yeah, I know, but like I said, the court had some difficulty in determining the necessity of the expert in the defense of this case. But I think that you, okay. And now, do you have an order with that, with the, with the name of the, with the name of the,
Expert, I
Yeah.
think we submitted, if we haven't, I'll get you one.
okay, I was gonna tell her to, can you check her file? I think it's 315-911. She says, it's an order. Okay. And what we'll do, we'll place the case on the pretrial conference office. Okay, so that's before trial. We don't,
I don't know how long it's gonna take Mr. Devlin to finish his work. I will get the phone to him this week about the drive.
okay, what I'll do is, I'm gonna give you a standard reset. And then at that time, you can let us know from Mr. Devlin, whether he's finished or he needs more time. You understand? So we'll do it that way. So we'll reset it for 30, we'll reset it for 30 days to get a copy of that order. Let's schedule it.
Your Honor.
Oh, are you going somewhere?
No, no.
No, we want, Ms. Ramos?
Yes, Your Honor. I just need to put something on the record from the DA's office. I had emailed Mr. Faggard a offer this morning. I also sent it to him via text message. And at this time, there are no offers from the state in this case.
Yeah, and see, that's what's happened now, is they send me an offer on her case today, and when I ask to hear the expert, then they withdraw the offer, and that is effectively depriving her of her Sixth Amendment right to effective assistance. I'm getting blackmailed.
Mark, we were ready for trial 3 times on this case before you were on this case, and she didn't show up for at least one of those settings.
Okay, everybody just, let's lower the temperature a little bit. Okay, so, now you said you gave him an offer this morning. Is that correct, Ms. Ramos?
That's correct.
Okay. Ms. Ramos, and then.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so did you, Mr. Faggard, have you received that offer?
I received that offer and I presented it to her just this morning, because that's the first offer I've gotten on the case since I've had the case, okay? But at the same time, Your Honor, before I can.
Let me do this here. Now you say that's the first offer that you got since you've had the case. Was there another lawyer on the case previously?
Originally, you appointed Todd LeBlanc on her case. Somewhere there was.
Previously?
Previously.
Okay. And some kind of way, how did you get on the case?
He got fired. He got fired. I fired him.
Wait up. Hold on, let me back up. Okay. LeBlanc was appointed? And then he was removed off of the case. Is that what happened?
Because I was injured.
Okay. So, and then Mr. Faggett was appointed on the case. Is that correct? All right. And so you've been on the case, and now you're saying that since you've been on the case, this is your first offer.
I just got an offer. What I've been trying to do, Your Honor, in all fairness to the court and the district attorney's office, to have this analysis done so I can reasonably give her
Okay.
my predictions on what's gonna happen at trial.
All
But
right.
now they pulled the offer off the table, which to me is just frankly blackmail. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll discuss it with you later. It's
Okay.
blackmailing somebody. I'm not even sure how ethical it is. But yeah, I'm mad.
No, just, okay, just kind of simmer down a little bit. Okay. Now, okay, so Ms. Ramos, the offer that you made this morning, you are withdrawing that offer. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, and I did run that through my supervisor before I pulled the offer.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused on this expert witness that Mr. Faggert's asking for.
Oh, you're on mute.
You muted yourself.
Ray, you're on mute. You're still on mute. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm looking at an email that Mr. Faggert provided to our office, and in that email, the expert is saying to Mr. Faggert that they charge a flat fee of $3,000 to image, process, analyze, create electronic reports, consult, and redact reports for trial usage. So I'm not sure where the $2,500 that he presented to the court came up.
It came up, it's real simple. It came up in another follow-up letter email that I received on December 16th of the 20th. It says 2 options, and this is back from Eric Devil. If you read it, if it's an appointed case, we have agreements with most counties, including Jefferson, in which we charge an indigent rate of $100 an hour. Most courts approve 20 to 25 hours in those cases. If there's this is the route, let me know, and we'll send you the ACI motion.
Okay, I understand. I just wanted to make sure we were clear on what rate we were going with here.
Sure.
Okay. Now, speaking of ACI motion, had you filed your ACI motion?
Your Honor.
Okay. The state, you have anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Ramos?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Faggert's case is gonna be reset, get the motions, the order, into the court.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then we need to, your case is gonna be reset. We're gonna reset it, standard 30 days. Ms. Smith, I think you're
7, if that's good with Mr. Faggett.
gonna be reset to June 7th.
That'll work.
I'll be in shortly.
Okay, she's gonna come in shortly to give you your reset.
Thank you.
Once you get your reset, I think, Mr. Faggett, this is your only case, is that correct?
That's correct.
Today, okay. So you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. And Ms. Guidry, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day as well. Okay. So Ms. Guidry, you could just have a seat. I don't think you have to sign the reset. Okay. You're on the record of call 325512. Case is filed with State of Texas versus Jarvis Lynn Botley. Is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Botley? You doing okay? Okay, Mr. Botley, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. Terrence Allison. Mr. Allison, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you for asking.
That's good, Mr. Allison. I see Mr. Botley has, well, one, he has a warrant out. But the other one, he has these 2 felony cases that are set for May 10th.
I don't represent him on those cases.
Yes, I know, Marsha Norman does.
I don't.
Well, I just see that there was a warrant.
Yeah, I came to court this morning, Judge, and I didn't expect Mr. Botley to be in.
Make sure everyone that's on Zoom, put your mic on mute. Everyone that's on Zoom, put your mic on mute. Okay.
Okay, I will.
Bro, put your mic on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, it's not on. Put your mic on mute. I can listen. Read something in the back. Everybody else is on mute.
Judge, you may have to just put mute all and then access speaker turn.
I think.
I'm sorry, Judge.
The way this is, it says they have to mute their own mic. Oh, unmute. Hold on a minute. There you go. Okay.
Okay, so Judge, I got here this morning.
Mr.
Been arrested for a possession of a controlled substance. So we took a little time to clear that out. I represent him on the DWI case solely, so I'm asking that case be reset. And I probably need to find out who's representing him on these felonies. And you said
Marsha Norman is representing on. Okay, this case. What we're gonna do is we're gonna reset it to the same date. You want to reset to the same date as the felony case?
Wait.
Okay. Mrs. Smith, could you give us a date? Well, the date is gonna be May 10th.
Okay.
We're gonna reset it to the same date as the felony case.
Okay, I'll be out shortly.
And she's gonna give you your reset and you'll be free to go.
Okay, I think he wanted to ask you a question.
Well, I'm in handcuffs right now.
There's a warrant out.
I showed him the paperwork because the officer so kindly showed it. The bailiff showed it.
Well, I can't give you any information on that. You'll find out after you get to the jail. We were just informed that there's a warrant that's out.
I think we.
Hold on a minute.
Just letting you know.
Okay, I think we got a will. Okay, we're on the record in clause numbers 323-122, clause number 323-124, both cases are styled in state of Texas versus Leroy Harris Jr. Mr. Harris, would you come up? Okay, Mr. Harris, you, let's note here that, you have two cases set in drug court today, is that correct? Now, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna go to drug court. When you finish in drug court, you gotta come back over here, all right? To let us know what happened in drug court. If you don't come back over here, your bond is gonna be forfeited, warrant gonna be issued for your arrest if you fail to reappear.
Okay, I go at two, it's supposed to be a trial.
That-
you know, so you have
That's
to
fine,
be
but
over
we
there.
need to, once you go over there, you need to come back here and we need to know what happened over there in the other case.
Okay.
All right?
Runner,
Yes,
I believe he's on their afternoon trial docket.
I know. So I'm saying he's gonna come back this afternoon. Yeah, or he doesn't have a lawyer on the misdemeanor cases. So we have no way of knowing unless you reappear to let us know what happened in the felony case. Okay, so we gotta give word you're gonna have to reappear. Now, let me tell you this here. You can appear in person, you can appear via Zoom or telephone.
Okay.
Okay,
Can I get a number just in case I,
okay,
you know, I don't make it out of there in time?
all right.
So I'll get help more.
Just hold on a minute, have a seat, we'll get that to you.
Okay.
That number is 510-731-6630.
Okay, hold on a minute. Do we have something to give him? Yeah, right, okay, it's gonna be, could you repeat that?
510-731-6630.
That's the number for him to call here?
Zoom or here?
Here. Oh, no, he wanted the telephone number. You didn't want.
835.
I can do to get in touch with you guys.
Okay, give him
Yes,
both.
I have to.
Okay, we're gonna give you both. We're gonna give you the Zoom number and the telephone number.
835-8607.
8607. Okay, she's gonna give you both of them.
Okay.
If not, you need to appear in person.
Okay.
Okay. We're on the record in cause number 326492, State of Texas versus Jalen Rashad Wells. Oh, you hadn't got the plea ready?
I'm still waiting on the DA
Oh.
I see it's on the tablet. I didn't know that a plea was being signed on this case.
Okay, just, okay. Yeah, Steve, you can-
Judge, can you give me a moment? I need to step away from my desk for about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm ready on the Jalen Wells plea.
Okay,
Whenever.
for Melanie Smith to, she had to step away. Okay. We're on the record in cause number 326384, State of Texas versus Brian Edward Chance. We have Mr. Chance appearing via Zoom. Mr. Chance, you could take your mic off of mute. Mr.
Yes,
Chance,
sir.
how are you doing?
Good.
That's good. Mr. Chance, you are here represented by your attorney. Your attorney, Mr. Ryan Gertz, is appearing in person. Mr. Gertz, how are you doing?
Great, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Gertz, you have an announcement you'd like to make on Mr. Chance's case?
We do, Judge. We want to do one more if we can. I think with the new prosecutor, we may be able to get some of this worked out.
Okay.
But we're working on it. I know that June 7th. I have a vacation letter in for June 7th, and then I am in 3 back rural felony trials the 14th.
Okay.
So if we could do
get with the court coordinator.
Okay.
And she'll give you a reset on that. She's in her office. Okay. So Mr.
Sorry, Judge, I missed that. What was that?
I'll come see you in just a minute, Melanie.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And I'm going to have the same announcement on Mr. Ferrero as well.
Okay, let me do this here. Now, Mr. Chance, this will conclude your case. Thanks for being patient with us. Mr. Chance, stay in contact with your attorney regarding your court date. And you're free to go, you're excused, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. We're on a record in cause number 327792, State of Texas versus Joshua Strong Farrell. Mr. Farrell?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Farrell, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for being patient with us. Now, Mr. Farrell, you're represented also by attorney Ryan Gertz. And Mr. Gertz, what's your announcement?
Judge, the same thing. We'd ask that for an additional pretrial setting on this case.
Okay.
Although we may be able to resolve it.
And okay, so you'll get with the court coordinator to give you your reset date.
I will, Judge.
Okay. And your case. Now, Mr. Farrell, this will conclude your case. Stay in contact with you. You'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Okay. We're on the record in cause number 67. Well, the case is styled the State of Texas versus Mark Zachary Bender. And it's cause numbers 327190, cause number 327192, cause number 327194. All three cases are styled the State of Texas versus Mark Zachary Bender. Mr. Bender.
Judge, I think his phone has changed its designation from his name to somebody else's iPhone. Now, I'm not sure what's going on there, but that is him.
I think that's that's Laramie. That says Laramie iPhone. I think that's Laramie Cragen's.
Okay.
Mr. Gertz, you want to take a minute to maybe step outside to see if you can contact him?
Well,
and I'll find out.
Switched over to
He's been coming on and off of Zoom.
Okay, I think they said he switched over.
Because Stevens at 10:30.
Okay, why don't you check over there and then let us know.
Okay.
All right. All right. We're on the record in cause number 326492, the State of Texas versus Jalen Rashard Wells. Mr. Wells? Okay. You're not, it says clerk in the,
Here you go. Sorry about that.
oh, it's still open.
Okay, got it. Here you
Okay. Okay. We're on the record in cause number 326492. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Jalen Richard Wells. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Wells? That's good, Mr. Wells. The information alleges that on or about April 23rd of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Mr. Wells, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Wells, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now you're pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? You have to speak up.
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Wells, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment Label States Exhibit 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Wells, are these your initials on the second line that says no contender, which means no contest?
Yes, sir.
And on the third page of the same document, Mr. Wells, is that your signature above the line that says defendant?
Yes.
And on the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature on the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are two boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving or giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that? You have the discovery certification. You need one?
Yes.
With a discovery, it should be in that first, no, not the next step, to your right, to your left, I mean, right there. Mr. Wells, I have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Mr. Wells, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature on the second line above the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Wells, prior to signing and initialing these documents that we just spoke of, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer States 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'd also like to offer State's Exhibit number 2, that's the probable cause affidavit for this case.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibits number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Wilkerson, you have advised and counseled Mr. Wells. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Wells, your attorney, Mr. Wilkerson, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, Your
Okay,
Honor.
Mr. Wells, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it's for 6 months deferred probation, no fine, restitution in the amount of $412.94 to be paid to Walmart at 8585 Memorial in Port Arthur, and 60 hours community service and a theft class.
Okay, Mr. Wells, the state is offering that you serve 6 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the deferred probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of, well, you will not be required to pay a fine. They're waiving the fine. However, you will be required to pay court costs of $337. And you'll be required to pay restitution of $412 to $412.94 to Walmart, and that's 8585 Memorial Drive in Port Arthur, Texas. And you'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month and pay a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. And this will come to a total of monthly installments of $225 per month. Mr. Wells, would you be able to pay the $225 per month?
Yes. Your Honor.
You will?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Wells, you'll also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, attend a theft class, and you would also have to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Wells, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Mr. Wells, if you successfully complete the probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not appear on your record as a conviction, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure. Mr. Wells, please stand on the X next to where your attorney is standing, and you're going to follow the directions of our clerk. And once you finish following those directions on the X right next to your attorney. And then once you finish here, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Wilkerson, I think this, you have one more?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and get your right one on that little one. If I get your signature on that pad, you won't be able to see it, but I will. Here, and then Mr. Wilkerson, can I get your signature as well? Mr. Wells, if you'll raise your right hand. Please believe you've never been convicted or given a third adjudication or regular probation for a misdemeanor or felony in the state or in another state, and that you have no pending charges that you're aware of.
We're on the record in cause number 327600. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Christine Michelle Garcia. Ms. Garcia, is that your full name?
Yes.
How you doing, Ms. Garcia? That's good. Ms. Garcia, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. William Wilkerson. Mr. Wilkerson, you have an announcement that you'd like to make in Ms. Garcia's case?
Your Honor, in Ms. Garcia's felony cases, she's represented by Mr. Rojas. You're aware, I'm sure, that his cases were reset.
Oh.
And so we're asking that it be reset with the felony.
On the same day?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, do you? Okay.
They don't know the date yet.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is, our court coordinator checked that date, but if y'all get a copy of, if you get the date, please inform the court.
He'll know by today, he said, or tomorrow, and then I'll let Mr. Wilkerson know.
Okay, so we'll. your
Please
case-
notify the court, Mr. Wilkerson.
What-
I will know.
Okay, so your case will be reset with your felony case. Once we get that court date, Mr. Wilkerson, you'll be sent notice of the court date. And Ms. Garcia, please stay in contact with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Ms. Garcia, this will conclude your case. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day, and thanks for being patient.
You too. Thank you.
And Mr. Wilkerson, this will conclude your cases. You're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well.
Okay. We're on the record in cause number 326782. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Alexandria Moats. We have Ms. Moats appearing via Zoom, and we have Ms. Moats' attorney, Mr. Jansen Bailey, who is also appearing via Zoom. Ms. Moats, is that your full name, Alexandria Moats?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Ms. Moats?
I'm well. How are you this morning, Your Honor?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, and thanks for being patient with us.
You're welcome.
You are. Now, Mr. Bailey, you're representing Ms. Moats, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
How are you doing, Mr. Bailey?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, and thanks for being patient with us this morning. Mr. Bailey, do you have an announcement that you would like to make on Ms. Moats' case?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we'd ask that the case be set on a pre-trial docket in order to see if we can resolve it before we go to trial.
Okay, so we'll set it on our pretrial conference docket. Just hold on.
6/14.
Okay, it's gonna be reset to June 14th of 2021. Mr. Bailey, we will send you your reset. And Ms. Moats, stay in contact with your attorney. This will conclude your case, and you have a blessed day. You're excused. And Mr. Bailey, I think this is your only case. You're excused as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well.
Thank you. Okay.
Ms. Gossey, she had drug court, Ms. Norman, her attorney. and she-
Okay, Miss Gossey, would you come forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. We're on the record in cause number 326752. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Ruby E. Gossey.
Yes,
How are you doing, Ms. Gossey?
I'm blessed, you, sir.
I'm blessed as well. Now, Ms. Gossey, I see here, I'm looking at the, my docket sheet. It says that, one, you had a felony case that was set today, is that correct?
Yes, I went this morning.
And that case was, reset?
Yes, but she didn't tell me what day though. She told me Miss Norman said she'd get back with me later.
Okay, so they haven't given her the date yet?
No, sir.
Okay,
I guess not, 'cause she didn't tell me. She told me she'd go get back, and I told her I had to come over here.
Okay. Now, Ms. Gosi, we're gonna reset your case to your felony court date. Now, I
Do the
see,
same thing, come back over here.
right now, we don't know, Melody.
But I know though, whenever she tell me, I just be.
I would prefer to reset it and then her attorney can call me and let me know when the felony's reset, Judge.
Let's do that. So we're gonna go ahead and give us a date.
6/14. And
Okay,
if she stay right there, I'll give her a copy as well.
okay, your case is gonna be reset to June 14th of 2021. And if you get a different felony court date, please let us know so we can set it on the same day.
Yes.
Now, the other thing is, I see that here that you were, your bond was, your case was set for you to hire an attorney. Have you hired an attorney
I
yet?
ain't got no money.
Okay, let's see, does she have, bond conditions in her, in her file? Judge's explanation, that's what I'm looking for.
She does in 326752. Would you like me to check the other one as well?
Oh, yeah, that's right, you do have another case, cause number 326628, okay, so
Both
you,
of them have it, yes.
okay, and these are judge's explanations? And what does it say in terms of which one she put her initials on?
For 326628, it says she wants to waive her right to an attorney and represent her.
Oh, okay, she already did that, okay, that's, all right. So, Ms. Gosi, what we're gonna do, your cases are gonna be reset. Just have a seat, the court coordinator is gonna come back in, give you a copy of reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Yeah, so you two do it.
Okay,
You two do it. Thank you.
okay, so she was, okay, we're on the record in Larry McCragen cases. Apparently he has, I have 4 cases here.
There's also one on the pretrial docket.
Yeah, okay, I have that one too. His cases, the cause numbers are 321151, which was added today, and cause.
It's 2 added. There was some confusion. You have one in your pretrial docket.
I already got that.
Okay, and then you have.
Yeah.
The one I added in that.
Right. Okay, let me repeat that. We're here on Larry McCragen's cases. His first case is cause number 3211. The next case is. Do you have your volume up or something, Mr. Cragen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so
Yes, sir. I can hear you fine now. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I was getting some feedback. Okay, let me repeat that. Mr. Cragen's case is cause number 321151, cause number 321153, cause number 321157, and cause number 321149. All 4 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Larry McCragen. Mr. Cragen, is that your full name, Larry McCragen?
Yes, sir. Alan as the middle name.
What's your middle name?
Alan, A-L-A-N.
Okay, how are you doing, Mr. Cragen?
I'm fine. How are you doing, Your Honor?
I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Cragen, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Henry Cole. Mr. Cole, how are you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. I apologize. I had these dates messed up. I thought, I don't know why, because Trina took me 26. Casey took 26, and I had wrote down 28. They told him the 28. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay, well, he's here now, so.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, Mr. Cole, you have an announcement that you would like to make in Mr. Cragen's cases?
Yes, sir. I've got the discovery now. I think I've got it on all of them. There was some old cases, some new ones added to this. It also just one incident. As far as I know, I haven't spoken with Laramie at length about it, but it's probably going to be a trial. I think we should go on and set it on a trial docket. I don't know what the prosecutor wants to do. I think she's giving me an offer, if I remember correctly. I have to look at it and see, but I had problems getting discovery. We had to change the password. It took 2 months to do it. So now I've got my discovery for my Jefferson County cases. So whatever you and the prosecutor want to do.
Okay, so,
We're ready when you're.
so you want to reset it for the trial doc, is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's what we're doing, Larry, right?
You're the man. I'm just going with whatever you want to do, bud.
Take your hat off.
Judge, do you want to set it on the pre-trial just to see if any motions come before we get to trial?
That would probably be a wise idea.
Okay, okay, we'll put it on the pretrial conference docket. Give us a date.
Can we go till after school? After school's out.
6/14, Bugs, I'll bring your reset.
Okay,
Uh,
thank you.
What date is that?
June 14th.
Okay,
Larry, do you hear that? June 14th, so if I get it mixed up?
June 14th.
yeah, June 14th, 2021, it's on the pretrial conference docket.
Yes, sir.
There in Beaumont.
Yes.
Yes, and Mr. Cragen, stay in contact with your attorney. This will conclude your cases. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir. You also.
Okay. And Mr. You can go ahead on get your reset from the court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go as well.
Thank you, Your Honor. I apologize. I'm so sorry.
Ms. Ramos, are you available? Oh, Ms. Maxey, are you available?
Sure, she might have stepped away from her desk for just a second, Judge.
Okay,
I'm back, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I stepped away for just a moment.
okay, that's no problem. Larry Jean Johnson, would you please come forward? We're on the record in cause number 324156 and cause number 324670. Both cases are style of State of Texas versus Larry Jean Johnson Jr. Is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Johnson?
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Johnson, I see here that you have a felony case that is set for June the 8th of 2021. Is that correct?
Yes.
I also see a note on the docket sheet that you were to hire an attorney.
Yes,
Have you hired your attorney?
not yet.
Okay. Now, why haven't you hired your attorney?
So I make the pricing them, but I thought I was about to work right now, just being unemployment, so I ain't really making no money to hire one right now.
Okay. Now, have you started back work, you said?
No.
Okay, now, Mr. Johnson, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Number two, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney to be appointed to represent you. Or number three, you may represent yourself. If you want an attorney to represent you and have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have the money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. You may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. Do you understand? And I think when you was here last time, there were 5 choices that you had to make one of the 5 choices. First choice is if you want to reset this case to hire an attorney, initial the first line to the left. Second choice is if you have hired an attorney, you will inform the court the name of that attorney. That attorney will be contacted. Case will be reset and your attorney will be given a copy of the reset date. Third choice, if you want to apply for your court-appointed attorney, you'll put your initials on the third line to the left. And if you have already been appointed an attorney, you will tell the court the name of that attorney in this case, and you put your initials on the fourth line to the left. And the fifth choice is you want to waive your right to hire. If you want to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, you put your initials on the fifth line to the left. Now, I think initially, Mr. Johnson, when you came in, you stated that you wanted to reset this case to hire an attorney. Is that still your choice? Or do you want to change your choice?
Well, trying to go back to work, but I'll try to get a court for me at a time.
Okay, you want to see if you qualify? Okay.
Yeah.
You have to put your initials on the on that document, and then you will sign and date it, and then we'll give you a financial questionnaire that you would have to fill out. And you could have us, you get that financial questionnaire, you can have a seat at the table and fill it out. If you need some assistance, we'll provide you with someone who could assist you with filling it out. Sit at the other table. Mr. Johnson, sit at that table there. Candy Cooper Colazzo. Could you come forward? We're on the record in cause number 328119. Case is style of State of Texas versus Candy Cooper Colazzo. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Colazzo?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Ms. Colazzo, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Ryan Matuska. Mr. Matuska, how you doing? Good morning. Mr. Matuska, do you have an announcement that you'd like to make in Ms. Colazzo's case?
Your Honor, I've spoken with Ms. Ramos this morning, and Ms. Colazzo has a pending companion felony case in drug court today that we just were over there for. We're asking the court if we could reset that to the next date. They just told us they were resetting it today, but I don't have that date yet.
Do you want it set on the same day or a different day?
Probably a little bit after might be best.
Okay, I don't know how long they reset those cases over there.
I don't either. Like I said, I could call this afternoon and let the court know, but they told me that they would fax it over to me today.
Okay.
Ron, I can do it for 6:14, and you can just call me later and let me know if that's good or bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll bring you a receipt.
June 14, 2021. And Ms. Colazzo, please stay in contact with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Matuska, I think this is your only case, is that correct?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, so once you get your reset, you'll be free to go as well.
Thank you.
And you have a blessed day.
Thank
Just have a seat. I think the coordinator is coming in with your reset. Trustee Leanna Butcher. Good morning. We're on the record in cause number 326208. Case is style of State of Texas versus Trustee Leanna Butcher. Ms. Butcher, how you doing?
Okay.
That's good. Ms. Butcher, I think the last time you was here, you stated to the court that you wanted to hire an attorney.
I thought I could afford one, but it's too much. So I was just trying to see if I could talk to the judge and try to represent myself.
Okay, now, I think the last time you was here, we read you the court's explanation informing you had three options. You want to change
Yes, sir.
your choice. Give her a judge's explanation. There are five choices. The first choice is if you want to, for your case, reset to hire an attorney. Second case, if you've already hired an attorney, you put that attorney's name in the right and your initials on the left. If you want to apply for court-appointed attorney, you put your initials on the third line to the left. If you have a court-appointed attorney, you'll tell the court the name of that court-appointed attorney, and you put his name to the right and your initials to the left. Or if you want to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, you will put your initials on the fifth line to the left. Now, you may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. Do you understand? Okay. Has she made her choice? Today is the 26th of April. Let's see. Okay, now, Ms. Butcher, there is a waiver that's on the second page of the tablet. The first page is judge's explanation. The second page is a waiver. Yes. Could you give me a copy of one as well? I need to go over that with her. Now, Ms. Butcher, I'll go over this. Butcher says that waiver of counsel for purposes of entering a guilty plea or proceeding to trial. And he reads, I have been advised of the nature of the charges against me and the dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. My waiver is voluntarily and intelligently made. Furthermore, I have been advised this 26th day of April 2021 by the County Court at Law Number 2 of my right to representation by counsel in the case pending against me. I have been further advised that if I am unable to afford counsel, one will be appointed for me free of charge. Understanding my right to have counsel appointed free of charge if I'm not financially able to employ counsel, I wish to waive that right and request the court to proceed with my case without an attorney being appointed for me. I hereby waive my right to counsel. Is that your choice?
It don't sound too smart, but yeah.
Oh, no, Miss Butcher, the court is not, encouraging you or forcing you to do anything you don't want to do. If you need a minute or if you need some time to sit down and make your choice, just have a seat and then you can come back up and then you can make your choice, okay? Oh, you made your choice? Okay. Okay, so, okay. She needs, we have to date that. Okay, so you're choosing to waive your right to an attorney to represent yourself. Okay. All right, just Miss Butcher, just have a seat out there in the gallery and someone will come down and talk to you. Mr. Sheriff, you need to approach.
Yes, Your Honor, this is in cause number 326208 with Ms. Wilshire.
Yes. I have to go over some conditions. We're on the record in cause number 326208. The case is styled State of Texas versus Tracy Leanna Butcher. Ms. Butcher, would you come forward? Okay, Mr. Sheriff.
The state has earnestly sought to seek some type of negotiated plea, but we have not been able to.
Okay.
So we're going to abandon that effort, and it looks like we'll have to put her on the trial docket.
Okay, what I'll do, I'll just set it on the announcement docket. That's coming up. That'll give her some time to get a discovery or whatever.
Okay. And I don't know if she has requested, now that we're at this point, she may want to consider legal counsel.
Well, that's up there now. Now, Ms. Butcher, the court read to you the judge's explanation of rights to defendants without an attorney. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I think I guess this must be this was your second one. The first time you signed it, you said you wanted to hire an attorney. Is that correct?
That was too much. I can't afford
Okay, I know, but I'm just saying
Yes, sir.
you said you wanted to hire an attorney. And this time you said that you wanted to represent yourself. Is that correct? Now, in reading this document, it does state at the bottom, if you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. Do you understand that?
Yes, I may end up requesting for a close appointment, but I have to see if I can try to get a lawyer still. That's what I wanted to see.
Okay, so you want to see if you can afford to hire one? Okay. Well, if that's the case,
I want to know.
okay, let me do this. I mean, because she said two different things now. She's seen now she's going back to your original that says that you want to hire, see if you can hire an attorney. Is that correct?
No, I want to see if I can get a court appointed attorney if this is not going to work in my favor.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you want to, are you making that request today that you want to see whether or not you?
No, not today.
Okay. So you're not making that today. So today, are you still wanting to see if you want to hire an attorney, or do you want to?
As of now, I want to represent myself.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let's just set it on the, just set it on give her.
It's going to be a jury trial?
Well, right now, we're gonna set it for an announcement.
Okay.
What an announcement is that you can, at that date, you can tell the court how you want to proceed.
Okay.
Okay. This is Ms. Tracy Butcher, cause number 326208. Reset this here. Tracy Butcher.
In the box, man, you won't be able to see it, but I will.
Okay.
Johnson's ready to go. Put that at the top. Are you still with Ms. Butcher?
Yes.
You're pretty good.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Just hold on a minute. We'll get to your case. Here you go. All right. We're back on the record in cause numbers 324156 and cause number 324670. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Larry Gene Johnson Jr. Mr. Bailiff, would you please hand these two documents to Mr. Mr. Johnson, your full name is Larry Gene Johnson Jr.?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, do you see those two documents that's the bailiff just handed you?
Yes.
Okay, both of those documents are titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. And one of them is for each one of your cases. Your first case is cause number 324156, which is the trespass case, and the second case is cause number 324670, and that case is terrorist threat family violence case. Now, Mr. Johnson, I'll go over these conditions with you. The only difference in each one of them is the complaining witness name. So in cause number 324156, it states standard bond conditions of County Court at Law Number 2. Well, actually, it states that in both of these cases, cause number 324156 and cause number 324670. And it states standard bond conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Let's see, following arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein or ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Do you understand that condition? Well, do you understand what I've just read?
Yeah.
Okay, now condition number 1, defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition? Condition number 2, defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition? And that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, subsection 8.2 and subsection C2. And now condition number 3 states that the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. And in cause number 324156, the trespass case, the alleged victim is Daniel Battles. And in cause number 324670, the terroristic threat family violence case, the alleged victim is Eugene McCarthy Jr. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Now, condition number 4 in each case does not apply to you because condition number 4 only applies in DWI cases, and you do not have a DWI case here. Do you understand that? Now, Mr. Johnson, you will keep those conditions of bond. Those are your copies for your records. And if you fail to adhere to these conditions of bond, your bond may be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, you can be put in jail. Do you understand that? All right. Now, I think your case have been reset. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your cases have been reset. So since your cases are reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
There's 2 in there, right? You must be putting in that report.
on the record in cause number 327738. Case is style of State of Texas versus Julio Cesar Perez. Mr. Perez, is that your full name? Julio Cesar Perez?
Julio Cesar Perez.
Yeah. All right. How are you doing, Mr. Perez?
I'm good.
You doing good? All right. Now, Mr. Perez,
I don't know, speaking English.
okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't see, missed that. Okay. Where's, okay. Just have a seat. We'll call you back up.
Okay.
Ms. Ramos, have you heard anything from Jared Gilthorpe?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I hadn't reached out to him either.
Okay. Ashley. Ashley, are you available? Oh, that's Mr.
It's
Bender.
there on it. I'm gonna reset it for him. Go ahead.
Yeah, Melanie, you breaking up real bad.
That's because my mask is on. Jared's gonna reset it. I'm gonna reset the facts too. So that was backward.
Okay, you sound real bad on this end.
That's good. That was I sounded backwards as well. Reset it. You hear me?
It's
No,
bad.
Melanie, you sound like a robot. We can't hear you.
Bye.
Yeah, just hold on. Okay. Oh, let me get Mr. Okay. 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 We're on the record in cause number 323-858-2, cause number 327-190, cause number 327-192, cause number 327-194. All four cases are styled the state of Texas versus Mark Zachary Bender. Mr. Bender did appear via Zoom earlier during the courts, well, at least while the court was in session. Mr. Bender,
Judge, I'm not sure what happened to him. I think that there's probably a series of confusion, but one of the issues is that his case at Judge Stevens' court has been reset to May the 24th.
okay,
And so it's going to be dispositive of this, whatever
Yeah.
happens down there. So it's set on the trial docket for there. I don't know if we want to just realign
yeah.
misdemeanors with the 24th.
Let me
or
ask you
if
this, so you don't know what happened, how he dropped off or anything?
Well, I assumed that he was going to Judge Stevens' court, but then when I went over there, he wasn't on the list, so I don't know what happened. But I
Okay.
mean, he was here for an hour.
Yeah, I know.
So-
Now, he was here for a long time. Matter of fact, he was here when the docket started at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
He was one of the first persons that I called. And I know he's at least stayed on maybe an hour or so. And then he somehow, I don't know
I don't know
if
if he got disconnected or what happened, so.
disconnected or if he had a cell phone, if it
But
went
I'll
dead
get
on
with
him.
him about the reset.
Okay, let me ask you, where's Miss, is that, whose case is that? Miss Ramos, is that yours or is that yours, Miss Maxey?
It's
Yeah.
mine, Judge.
Okay,
I'm gonna come see you in just a second.
now, Mr. Bender did appear here in court. Well, he appeared on Zoom, and I don't know if he had some kind of technical difficulties or what, but for some reason he dropped off, and his attorneys, you've been trying to contact him?
I hadn't, Judge, because I've been in court in another court, so.
Okay, why don't you try to contact him and see what you can find out right quick? Okay, and while you're doing that, we're gonna get Mr. Perez. Yes. Oh, yeah, we that's right. His attorney speaks Spanish.
Okay, so we're good?
Yeah. Yeah, all right, thanks a lot. Perez. Mr. Perez, you can come on up. We're back on the record in cause number 327738, the state of Texas versus Julio Cesar Perez. We have Mr. Perez appearing in court, and he is now that's your full name, Julio Cesar Perez? That's your name?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Mr. Perez is represented by Mr. Jared Gilthorpe. Mr. Gilthorpe is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Gilthorpe, how are you doing? You're on mute.
I'm doing well, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Gilthorpe, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Perez's case?
Yes, Judge, we'd like to be placed on the trial docket.
Reset it for trial? Okay, just hold on a minute. Oh, I think Ms. Smith is, just hold on a minute. She's gonna give you a court date.
Okay.
When is she?
She's in her office, so I'm sure.
Mr. Gilthorpe,
Yes, Judge.
we'll send you your reset. And this will conclude your case. You'll be free to go. And you can tell Mr. Perez to, I guess, stay in contact with your office.
Okay. Señor Pérez, eso es todo para hoy. Si puede comunicar con mi oficina, vamos a informarle de cuándo será su próximo corte, ¿ok?
Ok, está bien.
Ok, gracias. Ya está todo para hoy. Ya se puede ir.
Okay, have a blessed day.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Mr. Kurtz.
Judge, he's allegedly logging back in. I'm
Oh,
not sure
okay.
what happened. Do you see him on the?
Not yet.
No?
Here he is. Okay. We on the record in cause numbers 323-858-2, cause number 327-190, cause number 327-192, cause number 327-194. All four cases are styled the state of Texas versus Mark Zachary Bender. We have Mr. Bender who is appearing, reappearing via Zoom. Mr. Bender, how are you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Okay, thanks for being patient with us, Mr. Bender. Mr. Bender, your attorney, Mr. Ryan Gertz, is appearing in court. Mr. Gertz, how are you doing?
Great, Judge, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Gertz, do you have an announcement you'd like to make for the court?
Judge, he's set for Judge Stevens' court for his felony related offense. That is
May 24th? You want to set on the same day?
If we could reset him, I think he's gonna have to, he may very well have to appear in person. It's just not clear yet what's gonna happen.
Okay.
With that, and so we'd ask that he just be set in this court on the 24th.
On the same date of the felony?
Yes, thank you, Judge.
Okay, it will, you'll be sent notice of your reset. I think this will conclude your cases. You'll be free to go. And Mr. Bender, thank you for being patient with us. Mr. Bender, your case will be reset with your felony case. Please stay in contact with your attorney. This will conclude your case and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir, you too, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay. Now the court is going to wrap up its announcement docket and the pretrial conference docket, both which was scheduled for 9 a.m. this morning on today's date of April 26th of 2021. First case that we're calling is cause number, is that right? It must be 286. Okay, the first case is cause number 286828. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Wendy Lynn Lorman. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Wendy Lynn Lorman? Okay, Ms. Lorman was scheduled to be in court this morning for the court's announcement docket at 9 a.m. Her name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. She did not answer. The court has been in session since 9 a.m. She has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. The court bailiff just called her name again at the courthouse door, and the time is 12:06 p.m. on today's date. She did not answer again. Therefore, a reasonable time has passed to give Ms. Lorman an opportunity to appear in court, and she has not appeared. Therefore, her bond shall be forfeited, the warrant shall be issued for arrest. State, you have any objections?
No, Your Honor. And it's my understanding that Ms. Lorman was supposed to be handling a JP reduction, but she was in person last time we had a court date, and then I was not in person due to COVID restrictions. But I don't know what happened. She never contacted our office about taking care of the JP reduction.
Okay, let me ask you, is it was it called in, the JP reduction?
Yes, it's been called in. It's pending with Judge Shashan's office. And she just, as far as I'm aware, we haven't received any receipts, but I also don't think she ever contacted our office to see about where to pay her JP reduction.
Okay. So, no objections. Miss Wendy Lynn Lorman's bond in clause number 286828 will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for her arrest. We're on the record in cause number 328206. The case is styled the state of Texas versus DeQuincy Nathaniel Emerson. Mr. Emerson was scheduled to be in court this morning for the court's announcement docket at 9 a.m. His name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. He did not answer. He has not appeared in court since the court's been in session since 9 a.m. And Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Quincy Emerson? Quincy Emerson.
No response.
Okay, and just for the record, I say Quincy Emerson, but his name is DeQuincy Emerson, and the bailiff called his correct name DeQuincy Emerson at the court's door. And the time is 12:09 p.m. on today's date. Mr. Emerson did not answer. Mr. Emerson has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Emerson an opportunity to appear in court. Now, Mr. Emerson attorney, Mr. David Grove, did appear on Zoom earlier, and then he disconnected from Zoom, and we have not had an appearance with Mr. Emerson, and Mr. Grove has not reappeared on Zoom. Therefore, Mr. DeQuincy Emerson's bond will be forfeited in cause number 328206. Mrs. Ramos, you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, no objections. Mr. DeQuincy Emerson's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest in clause number 328206. And I think this will conclude the calling of both the court's announcement docket and the pretrial docket. We will be awaiting word we'll be awaiting word on the status of Mr. Leroy Harris' case. Ms. Harris have a felony case set this afternoon in drug court, and he was instructed to contact this court either to make an appearance in person, by Zoom, or by telephone, informing the court of the status of that case so that we will determine what we need to do in his misdemeanor case. So at this time, this will conclude the calling of both the announcement docket and the pretrial conference docket that was set for 9 a.m. on today's date of April 26th of 2021, County Court at Law Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas, Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding.
Your Honor, and just to be clear, we do still have a case set at 1:30 with Mr. Lawrence, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, just wanted to make sure, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thanks, Judge.
All right.